Hey, you guys. Welcome back. So I wanted to make sure that wasn't too long because um, I'm hoping that other people will watch it too. And I feel like if I was to do an update that was like 2 hours, like I want to do, then not as many people will watch it. So that's kind of the the way I'm going to be doing it as Josh's trial continues. I'm going to do, the lives, kind of keep them kind of short, and then come back and discuss it. Tomorrow, though, I'm going to kind of have to maybe do it earlier, or it may be a pre-recorded video because tomorrow is football game. So tomorrow will be a little bit different, but I'm still going to make sure I put that information out there. Hey, everyone. So what do you guys think about what went down today in court? So brought up, so they've had 4 witnesses so far. Thank you, Leanne. And yes, Berkeley, my tail is off. It no longer exists. It has been worked into the dirt. It's been a lot. It really has been a lot. Oh, thank you, Small Town Jewel. You look pretty today. Thank you. Oh, Beck, I know you missed it. It's about 30 minutes long. I just got finished with it. But we're going to talk about it right now. We're going to kind of talk about it anyways. And then if you want, you can go back and watch it. You're doing good, Elle. Keep it up. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. Thank you. Put your Cash App and PayPal up. I sure will, because that's Patreon. If you guys would like to donate, it's obviously appreciated. The Josh Duggar videos, they usually get limited ads, which means they don't really make a lot of money, which is fine, but I am putting in a lot of work for them. Also, any money that's donated until like Christmas is going into my Christmas fund. Do not take that as I'm asking for money. I'm not. I'm just letting you guys know. Which side do you think Jill will testify on? Prosecution. I definitely think it's very so. I think she's. I think she's going to be called in for the prosecution, but it has me wondering, considering that Derek has been really friendly with Anna, which why wouldn't he be? Really. He sat with Anna and they were seen talking. So I don't know. I kind of wonder if maybe Derek has no ill feelings towards Anna because he knows the way Anna was brought up to believe that she's like brainwashed. So he knows he can't like hold this against her, I guess you can say, Thank you, Sherry. I guess Matthew Waller can be counted out. I mean, he was up on the stand today. Yeah, I would absolutely think that Jill would be on the side of the prosecution. I think they're going to bring her up, and I think they're going to ask her about Josh's past, like what happened, what did he do. Maybe that's also what I thought, Sherry. I thought, maybe sitting beside her, talking to her, letting her know that he's there for her. That despite the fact that they have become estranged from Jim Bob and Michelle, that he still cares for her. That way, maybe, just maybe, if Josh goes to jail, goes to prison, then maybe Anna will feel like she can reach out to them, and then he'll work on, forbid Anna from talking to Derek. I would think so. I absolutely would think that Josh would probably, he probably wouldn't forbid her from talking to Derek, but I feel like he would absolutely be a little bothered by it because Josh and his dad is close. Jim Bob always has Josh's back, and considering that Jim Bob and Derek have butted heads so much, I can't imagine that Josh likes it that Anna and Derek are talking. Jim Bob sent in reinforcements with Justin, Claire, and her mom today to sit with Anna so Derek couldn't influence her. That's a good theory. That is a good theory. It really made. I bet you're correct because they weren't there. Jim Bob and Michelle are not going, from what I understand. Maybe after the first day, when the only family member that was there, was really Derek and Austin. The fact that Derek went and sat with her, maybe Jim Bob did not like that, and maybe that's why he sent some of the others. Did she not want to see what her husband was doing? She didn't. She left out of Anna left out of the room before they showed the videos or the pictures of what was going on with the children. Thank you, Sarah. I love just hanging out and relaxing with y'all. It's literally the best. Derek knows how manipulative the family is and feels for. Yes. He may feel as if Anna is really going to need support after this trial, and he may just be saying, hey, we are here. That's what I think. I think that's what he's doing. Jill will not lie or forget details. No, she will not. I wonder what the Bates family thinks. So me and their family friends, or will speak out since they don't want to get involved. I'm not too familiar with the Bates family, but I feel like anyone that is friends with them, they will not speak out on this. Sorry. I'm really curious why Anna would leave the room. I think it's because she didn't want to see what he was looking at. I think he's lied to her about it. And I think he may have even told her. I think he may have even told her, like, hey, I don't want you to see this. I'm not doing it, but I know, a little bit of what it is, and I don't want you to see that. You guys excuse me. I'm going to eat some chips. Is that okay? I haven't eaten since breakfast this morning. I don't think. I'm probably only going to eat like 3 chips, but I'm really hungry. I'm so sorry. If it bothers anybody, let me know and I'll quit. Mm. I feel that Jill is going to be definitely an emotional witness, possibly hostile. It depends on how they come at her. I'm afraid of Josh getting off too. It really makes me. You guys, I can't even. When I was doing my pre-recorded video today, trigger warning. When I was doing my video today, and it talked about the context of the content, it was so bad. 2 underage girls in a video being penetrated by a grown man. That just hits me in my heart. And literally, I'm a very soft-hearted person. Like when it comes like person to person, like I don't want to see anybody hurt. But when I hear that, he was looking at 2 underage girls being penetrated by a grown man, it makes me wish very bad things on him. It really does. Maybe she could get out like Jill did. Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm hoping that he goes to prison, and then then she, gets out of it. Maybe links up with Jill and Derek, Ginger, and some of the family members that have already kind of strayed away from it, and she'll have people there to support her, to be supportive for her. Sherry, I read that too. I kept reading articles saying that Justin and his mother-in-law were there, and I saw pictures of that. But then I read an article that said after one of the breaks, Joanna showed up, and then what's his wife? Hillary? Is his wife Hillary? I remember in the detention hearing, they said that one of the victims was as young as 18 months old. Why would Jedediah testify? I don't know. See, I'm not too familiar with Jedediah. Does anybody know why he would testify? Yeah, Jill and Derek are good people. I can only pray and hope someday we see a tell-all from Anna, overcoming this religion, overcoming Josh as he rots in prison. That would be, yeah, that would sell like crazy. That would be a good way for her to support herself and them kids. Appreciate your hard work and effort with doing all that you do. Your channel in general is, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, Cammy. Cammy. How do you say it? Cammy. Derek is also a lawyer, so he's probably explaining things to her as the court case is going on. Probably so. I wonder why Michelle isn't. I think it was discussed that Jim Bob and Michelle wouldn't go. I don't think it would be. I'm not sure. Okay. Do you know if Jill testifies if it will be closed and not reported on? Well, right now they're letting journalists in. Someone from the Ashley is there. Someone from the Sun is there. Someone from KNWA is there. Hey, Tina. So they are letting people there. Now, because she is an adult, I don't think it'll be closed. The only reason why maybe it would be is because she was a minor when the molestation took place. But I would imagine now because she's an adult, they would allow people to stay in. I couldn't be a juror for a case like this. I refuse to look at. Okay, that was something else that I actually forgot to tell you guys. Thank you so much, Nancy, for the super sticker. Thank you. I think they are showing the films, from my understanding. But keep in mind, there was over 200 images downloaded. So I don't know if they're going to show every one of the images or just like the worst of the worst. But in one article that I read, it said that one of the female jurors was visibly upset, that she was crying. No, the car lot shut down after it was raided by Homeland Security. After that, the warrant, and they went through it and everything, the car lot was shut down. The jurors would definitely need therapy. They had Madison. She had Madison on October 23rd, I think it was. So the baby is a little over a month old. October 23rd was when she had Madison. So November 23rd, she was exactly a month old, and now it's December 2nd, so barely over a month old. Little baby. Yes, Joyanna did look very sad today. Now, okay, so y'all are asking if they will show the whole court or if it will just be the jurors. And I noticed most of you guys are saying only the jurors, but I know yesterday when they showed the video of the two young girls being penetrated, that Anna got up and left. But from my understanding, she was the only one that got up and left, and that it was showed. So I'm not sure. And I remember when I watched the Casey Anthony trial, the photos they showed of her body, decomposing. Everyone saw it. The judge will tell you, like, at this point, we're about to show XYZ. If you do not think you can handle it, please get up and exit the courtroom now. So I'm not sure. I apologize, Catherine. I think I'm done eating. I usually don't eat on streams. This is a relaxed stream, not professional. I did record, do a live, giving updates. It's like a 30-minute live. Any of my pre-recorded videos or any videos that are meant to be like more professional, you're not going to see me eating or drinking on those. The only videos I will eat or drink on are the more relaxed videos like this. So I'm really not sure. That would have to be a question maybe for Emily D. Baker, is if, hey, Lisa, is if everyone in the courtroom will watch the content. Because like I said yesterday, when I was on the jury, I think it was warnings, and I'll just exhibit apply and bam. Wow. Hey, just doing me. Hey, girl. How you doing? The gallery was not able to say the video and the photos. They were described. But okay. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe they, I bet that's probably what it is, because I noticed that they spoke about a monitor, one of the jurors' monitors. So maybe, they have these monitors and it plays on their monitors and they're the only ones that see it, but it is explained to the rest of the court. Is she? Oh, Lord. I don't like going live when she's live. Wow, that is a weird looking picture of me. Oh. Yep. Ethan Klein sued by Ryan Kavanaugh. Josh Duggar. Yeah.
Let's create the implication.
The jury is the only people seeing the images and videos. They are described to everyone, and that's it. Okay, that makes sense. The jury will be the only one to see it. I was just thinking back to the Casey Anthony trial. It was on court. It was on TV. I remember watching it every day, and I remember they actually showed like some of the photos. And I remember the judge saying, like, at this time we're going to do XYZ. If you can't handle it, get up and leave. And her parents got up and left. We already covered the Josh stuff, so you're good. Awesome. Run to KJ. Stay with LB. I can only handle hearing the edited versions of the trial from you, or I fall apart. Let me tell you, it's wild. It's wild. It's so, literally reading it just kind of hits you in the chest, I'm a lawyer. Only judge and jury see the pics and videos is described. Okay, Athena. Thank you for clarifying that. Your hair looks great, but I miss your short hair. It looks stunning. Thank you. It is getting a little longer. It is getting longer. But I don't know if you guys remember when I cut it, it was literally like down to like here. It was very long. The jury, yeah, they have monitors, yeah, or they have like TV screens. I wonder what the lawyers think about this case. My hair grows really fast. I'm blessed with fast-growing hair. Let's not. What a graceful. Hey, Angel. So the judge said that they thought the trial would last like 5 to 6 days. I was sending a KJ video reporting a 3-month-old hot wax. I thought I was going to pass out. Oh, man. I'm reading, Emily said one of the monitors wasn't working. Yes. They did have to take like a recess because one of the monitors was having issues, but they did get that fixed. I would like to watch Ghislaine Maxwell's trial. Rocking the Duggar world. I'm blown away how Justin was like all smiles, and so was Josh. Like when Josh went in and got his temperature checked. He was like smiling really big, and then Justin come out was like, and it was like, what? Like I watch all creators when the content is interesting to me. I'm too old to get into YouTube wars. I know, right? I agree. It's crazy out there. The YouTube streets are wild. I can't imagine why Anna would stay to see what he is looking at, especially since all of children are within the age range of being shown. Yeah, I can't wait for Jill to testify. I think she's going to rock it because she's been gone from that home a few years and has been. Yeah, I think her testimony is going to be a big deal. I really think so. The Maxwell trial. You guys think I should cover her trial? When does it start? I hope it's after this one. This one has literally been, oh, it's already started. We're in day 4. Oh goodness, you guys. This Josh Duggar trial has had me. And on top of that, I've been trying to do regular content as well. So it's been a lot. When does Jill go up on the witness stand? I'm going to have to imagine tomorrow. I think Jill's going up tomorrow because today they got all the, like the specialists out of the way, all the agents out of the way. They got the first special agent that was a member of the task force that initially found the IP address and the images, Amber. They got her. Then they got Faulkner, who the information was sent to, who worked for Homeland Security, who investigated it and the search warrant. And then they talked to the vice president of Covenant Eyes. They spoke to ex-employees. So I think tomorrow they're going to probably have they'll probably tomorrow we may get to hear that Jill and Jedediah testify tomorrow. That's what I think. YouTube demonetizing those videos and any mention of, yeah. I love that the Ashley is there too. Yes. I heard this case is going to go quickly. That's what they're saying. The judge is thinking that 67 days. Justin might be 19.
Plug this up.
I can't. Do you think Austin is there because in that not Joanna was his youngest victim? That was, yeah, I think he's there to hear the truth. He wants to know exactly what's going on. I lost that comment. Would Josh's wife divorce him if found guilty? I don't know. I think the chances of her divorcing him is about 15%, maybe 20%. I think she is so brainwashed with their religious beliefs that it would take a lot. I mean, also too, I think it depends on how long he's sentenced for. You know, maybe if he's sentenced for 40 years, for 30 years, for 25 years, then maybe, just maybe. But if he's sentenced for something that she might kind of hang on to, does anyone know if the children have been recovered from the videos? Yeah, one of the videos, the man that made it has been arrested. Right, Sean?
What? I don't know if he was ever arrested.
I thought he was caught and arrested.
I don't know if he was ever arrested, but I know that stuff that documentary that I watched on him.
60 minutes.
It was a 60 minutes. I don't know. I watched it a long, long time ago. So that stuff is like old, you know, like it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, so we do know that some of the kids, the
What
two girls,
was the dude's name? Do you remember? I can't even remember.
the two girls, yeah, no arguing in the chat, please. We can all have our opinion on why she walked out of court. You know, if somebody's opinion is that she's in denial, if somebody's opinion is that he told her to, that's the privilege we have, you know, is that we all get to have our opinions. But yeah, I mean, from what's reported, what is reported is that she does not believe that Josh did it. She believes that Josh is being set up. I do wonder if there is just a glimmer of wonder in her mind. You know, is there just a glimmer of her wondering what the real deal is here? Like, okay, was he really set up? Because all things point to Josh. So as much as I don't want to believe that my husband is doing this, it's hard to not believe it because of all the evidence, you know. So I wonder if there is at least a part of her that questions it, and maybe, you know, maybe it's a little bit of both. You know, we just never know. I can't see all of the chat, you guys. So we all need to be able to respect one another's opinion, even if we don't agree. Right. Yeah, absolutely. Peter Scully, life in prison. That's his name. So one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That day was. They did catch him.
Yeah, they caught him and he is in prison. And the two of the girls who at the time that he made those films, they were like 12 years old. They were saved, I think. Had episode since age 12, he's now 35. Got to be with him always.
He was into, like, from what I understand, he was into like all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think it was like snuff, like child, like just
child
terrible,
snuff, yeah.
Terrible things.
Right, just saying. Absolutely. There are so many reasons as to why she could have walked out. Therefore, there would only be, you know, opinions as to why, because we just don't know. She may have believed it, but will never divorce him. Yeah, she's so. I think it should. Could you imagine a documentary about, you know, one of the world's most famous conservative cult Christian families being super famous for their political religious beliefs, and then all of a sudden all this coming out? I think that could be. I think it should. How did he become such a monster? That's a great question.
I don't think they're Christian. I wouldn't call them Christian.
No, I mean,
I think they have twisted and manipulated.
Right. They proclaim to be Christian, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think there is doubt there with her. A good sign was her leaving the courtroom. I think that her brother will have more influence on her when he is convicted and then for sure sentenced. She definitely won't leave during this. She can keep him just fine. Hi. Hey, Joe Cool. I'm sure that someone will make a documentary. The 18-month-old lived, the 11-year-old died, and 12-year-old saved. That's what it was. Wait, I thought the 18-month-old died. I thought they found the bones of the 11-year-old and the 12-year-old was saved. But it's been a while since I've seen it. The house is in Anna's name, and her net worth is over $500K, so she won't suffer. Really? Because I literally just done a video about how financially she's going to make it. Because the information that I read is her net worth is $50K, like $50,000. Maybe I read it wrong, and that is so possible. I may have to chunk that whole video. I literally did a whole video talking about how Anna Duggar will make it financially if Josh goes to prison, because women are not allowed to work. She has 7 children. Let's see. Anna Duggar net worth. I'm literally going to have to chunk the whole video if I got this so far wrong. Well, In Touch Weekly is saying it's worth her net worth is 50,000. Exact net worth has her estimated at 50,000. This one on Bio Gossip has her net worth of 3.5 million as of 2019, but it has that she collects money from the show. You see, I can't imagine that they would be, because they moved into the family, Jim Bob's. No, they are not allowed conjugal visits. If you are in federal prison, you are not allowed conjugal visits. So no, no, no. But they moved into the warehouse. They moved into the warehouse, right? And we found out from Derek that Jim Bob was not paying the children during their time on the show. Jill and Derek had to sue Jim Bob, and essentially what they got was like minimum wage. They got minimum wage. See, that's what I did. I Googled it because I wrote a story. I did a video on it. I haven't had time to, I was actually working on editing it earlier, but my video was talking about, how's she going to be able to make it financially if he goes to jail, especially if he goes to jail for 30, 40 years. They can't show the general public the pictures of the minors. It was said Josh has been seen working at his brother's car lot over the past month. And probably so. I just know, that the initial car lot that Josh owned, he was partnered in it with Jim Bob. It was his and Jim Bob's. While he probably done decently after it was shut down, it had me wondering, okay, car dealership shut down. They've moved into this warehouse. They have 7 kids, and I have 6, so I know how expensive 6 kids, that many kids is. Like, I know the grocery bill, $1,000 is a good month. You know what I'm saying? Like, not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't think Jim Bob is hurting. I don't think Jim Bob is hurting. Jim Bob has a lot of properties. He almost gifts every one of his kids a house when they get married, so I don't think Jim Bob is hurting. But I don't think Josh was rolling in the dough financially, Yes, Shayna Lee. Yeah, let's please be nice in the chat, you guys. A tell-all book would definitely set her up, yeah. And I remember her brother, saying that he would pay for a divorce attorney if she left Josh, which led me to believe that as the family member, he felt like Anna would not be able to afford an attorney or would not have access to funds to hire an attorney herself. She would get some for the kids if he was locked up that long, I would think. It sickens me how brainwashed Josh's wife and family are. Yes. Like they say, we are known by the company we keep. Jim Bob is the biggest hypocrite ever. Yeah, Jim Bob's net worth is definitely going to be more than Anna's because he's the one that was pocketing all that money during the show. Buck fighting. I looked it up too, and on 3 different sites, it has her net worth at 50,000. So maybe Small Town Jewel had looked it up, and maybe she had seen that. I'll show you. The only one that has her net worth at millions is from back in 2019, and they were saying that it was from the show, which we know that they really didn't get paid from the show. So we'll look it up really quick because I just don't. I don't want anybody being rude or anything, because that we don't have to do that. It's just, I mean, it's just Anna's net worth. It's not that big of a deal to hurt somebody's feelings, or in the chat to be fussing or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just, what does it really matter? um. Okay, so right here, so Anna Duggar's net worth is just $50,000. See, as a stay-at-home mom who shares 7 kids with her husband Josh, she likely earned most of that money on television. And we know that Jim Bob didn't even really pay them. And this article came out last month, November 17th, or not even a month ago. This article came out just about 2 weeks ago. So that's one article, reality TV In Touch, that gives her an estimated net worth of $50K. And because I did that too, I was looking. That was one of the things that I thought, like, my goodness. So this one also, this is TV Showcase. All the pop-ups, goodness. According to exact net worth, Anna is worth just $50,000. This might come as a surprise after she spent years on the Duggar family's TLC show, 19 Kids and Counting On. The family brought in a good amount of cash from the show. However, it is unclear how they split the money up. So this one has her, Josh, his net worth is about $200,000. According to this article, you kind of really don't know what to believe. He's more equipped to handle all the expenses of 7 kids. But with his legal troubles, that's another thing we got to think about. He's having to pay for attorneys. And, sometimes attorneys can make or break you real quick. He may be blowing quite a bit of the savings on attorneys. He may have to fork over even more cash to cover fines associated with his alleged crimes. So it has her husband an estimated net worth of $200,000. So right before I recorded my video about this, this one right here, Bio Gossip, which was updated October 8th, 2021. Oh, that's Anna Duggar. Wait, this is not Anna Duggar. Anna Renee Duggar isn't. I can't even take this one serious, though. I think this is the one that has her net worth of. Her age is 31 years she was raised in Florida with her family. At the age of 3 years old, she relocated to Gainesville. Her family. She has brothers, Nathan. Where does it say her net worth? This one has her net worth of $3.5 million as of 2019, and it says that she collected her income through the TV show. On the other hand, her husband, John David Duggar, is an American reality TV personality who has a net worth of $1 million. I'm not going to listen to this article. This article is literally saying Anna Duggar is worth $3.5 million and that her husband, John David Duggar, is worth $1 million. And the picture that it has for Anna Duggar is not Anna Duggar. This is, which one is this? You guys, Jana Duggar. So I'm not even not gonna listen to that one for sure. This one has her at 50,000. Hollywood Gossip has her at. Wait, don't say. Let's see. How broke is she? I've already subscribed to this. Why does it keep? This one has her at 50,000. Yeah, so like I said, I looked at several and it said 50,000. The only one that I found that said she was worth millions is that one, but it had a picture of Jana Duggar and said she was married to John David. So I'm like, title in Georgia County, Anna Duggar's son, her Arkansas home. And she bought it for Father's Day for $270. Title from January. I mean, that's very possible. That's very possible. I mean, I don't know what she's worth. I'm just having to imagine, just thinking about it. From the show, we know they didn't make a whole lot of money. Now, Jim Bob, he does set his kids up with a way to make money once they get married or once they're old enough to work. Yeah, that's probably right, Amanda. His dad, Jim Bob's probably doing it. So, yeah, we're just here to chat. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, definitely not that big of a deal. Let me catch up. Yeah, definitely. All LLCs put in Anna's name. Josh faces huge fines, 250. Yeah, I did read that. So we do know that some property was signed over to Anna. Thank you for the super sticker, Melissa. Some property was signed over to Anna, and people are speculating that it will be for the mobile home that she bought, because Anna just bought a mobile home, and fans are wondering if she's going to move into the mobile home. If Josh goes to prison, fans are wondering, and she land was signed over into her name, and people are wondering if there will be some sort of development on the land to bring in money for her if Josh goes to prison. Some people are wondering if she's going to live on the land, so we don't know. They couldn't even afford to live in the house and had to move into the warehouse. I do wonder why they moved into the warehouse. Does anyone know? Does anyone know why they moved into the warehouse? Yeah, I remember when Counting on Jill and Jessa, Joe said he never wants to be like his brother. He only sets the boys up, not the girls. He leaves that to the husbands, but didn't. Well, doesn't he give the girls houses too, though? Or no? Am I wrong in that? Yeah, he gave he gave Josh a whole car dealership. And buying and selling homes do not mean the amount of cash in hand. No reason to fuss over it. Yeah, definitely no reason to fuss over it. Going to prison will be the only way for Anna to stop having kids. I'm afraid you're right. That's good to know. Yeah, there was reports that she bought a mobile home. Bought land and mobile home for 6 kids just 1 week before CP arrest. They moved there right after the car lot was raided by Homeland Security. Okay. Did you see the afternoon sessions? I have to get caught up on all of that because everything that I got for today started out from lunch yesterday until lunch today. So tomorrow, I'm going to research what happened after lunch, and then probably do a pre-recorded video because tomorrow night I have the football game. Didn't Josh have a huge settlement he had to pay to that hooker that he assaulted? That's a good question. Did he? Maybe Anna should move to Florida for a few months to be with her family, with the kids to get away from the situation. Yeah. Because he got raided at the car lot and it shut down. Did Josh Duggar have to pay out a settlement?
If he did have to pay out a settlement, you might not be able to say anything about it.
Yeah, it'll be
settlement to shut your mouth. Settlement, You might be able to. You might be able to see something about it.
So last year, October 7th, he was ordered to pay thousands in real estate lawsuits as he lives in Jim Bob's warehouse with wife and 6 kids. But that was not a whole, let's see. Josh's company, Elle Bee Investments, LLC, has been ordered to pay attorney fees and costs in the amount of $5,000. He was sued in April 2019 by a man named Carl Eccles for illegally purchasing a 5-acre property that he owned. Carl claimed he purchased the property in 2006 for $17,500. Josh then bought the land for $1,000 in 2016, even though Carl had been paying property taxes and even lived on the property. At the September 10th court hearing, which Josh did not attend, it was ordered that Carl is the owner of the property, with the title being confirmed in his name. Josh's wife, Anna, was dragged into the case when she testified on March 25th. Though Josh was dropped as the defendant from the case, his company, Elle Bee Investments, remained. The legal loss comes as Josh and his family appear to be struggling financially. So the Sun says at this point they were struggling financially, which, you kind of take it with a grain of salt. The Sun previously reported Josh's used car dealership wholesale cars closed last year. The family seemingly lives in a warehouse. Josh and his family appears to live in Jim Bob and Michelle's warehouse on the Duggar property. But it appears the two have been making efforts to bring in money. Anna is selling a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom home in Springdale for $799,000. The home is in need of work, as the bids to complete the residence are in the $450,000 to $550,000 range. An insider said that the home has no finished work. It is just a shell. Holy crap! She sold a home for almost $800,000, and it was nothing but a shell of a house. But the inside still needed a ton of work, to the amount, an estimated amount of anywhere from $400,000 to $500,000. You were over there rummaging. I had to quit eating a while ago.
Sorry. Why? Yeah,
well, because there was someone on here that it was like bothering somebody. Yeah. So be careful with all that. There are rappers over there.
Put it up.
Jim, Bob, and Michelle bought a different house and flipped it for $1 million. This house was built by the same people. Somebody else who bought it from them is trying to sell it for way too high. Jim Bob first bought the property in October 2016 for $325,000. He then sold it to an LLC in Anna's name for $257,000 in June 2019. Anna also opened 4 businesses in her name, as Josh was listed on one of the company's licenses. Josh's struggles to find permanent employment comes after he stepped down from the Family Research Center, the Family Research Council, in 2015 after he admitted to having an affair, following reports that he subscribed to the Ashley Madison website. Earlier that year, Josh's molestation scandal broke, resulting in the cancellation of 19 Kids and Counting. We know about that. Yeah, so this article, which you have to take it with a grain of salt. When I talk about stuff, I say, I'm getting this from this person. And we just kind of take it for what it is. But from what that is saying, they did sell the house, but it still needed a ton of work, and that it was just a shell, and that they sold it due to their financial troubles. So I don't know.
Did you eat the rest of the shrimp? Are they all gone?
I don't think so. I did eat some, but I made sure to leave you like 5. There was only like 10.
I don't see them.
They're in that drawer, baby.
No.
Thank you, Joe Cool. You're so sweet. Hey, Roxy. I was just about to say, it's been a while. Josh makes my stomach turn. I know. It's terrible. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Eat my food. How much are these lawyers costing? JB may or may not be. Yeah. It's the story of my life. My neighbor did that. She sold a crack house to the new buyers who had put up another $50K and making it livable. Oh man. It's in a drawer in the refrigerator. So we buy these platters of shrimp because we're constantly on the go. So like all the time, so like a lot of times during the day, I don't have a lot of time to eat. So we have these platters of shrimp, and we'll take the shrimp, throw them in the microwave for like a minute, and then we'll put butter in a bowl with Tony's and garlic and all that, and then heat it up, and then just we'll have shrimp and butter. Is that what you got?
Yeah, but that was only 4 shrimp.
Oh, I'm sorry, I miscounted. It must have been 8, and I ate 4 and left you 4. Come show them how big they are. Oh, thank you,
They're
Just
hot
Doing
right
Me. Thank you so much. They're really good shrimp too. You should get them from Walmart. They're in this platter, and we love shrimp. We are some shrimp eating fools. JB is paying through the nose for the defense. He is in $250,000, if not $500,000 by now. I really wonder how much he'd be like for the next week. No, I don't think they have it. I don't feel like it's dawned on him or her that literally within the next few days he could be going to prison for a very long time. Shrimp are kind of more on the expensive side here. I mean, they're more expensive than like. How much is that? I've never bought them. Sean buys them. He does the grocery shopping for the most part.
The platter is expensive. It's like $12.
$12 for the platter.
Yeah, but
which it comes with what?
I don't know.
Like, how many shrimp do you think it comes with?
A good bit.
A good bit. Yeah. It comes with like, it's like, it goes like this. It goes like all the way around, and there's shrimp lined up all along the side.
They're going to be a lot cheaper here, though.
Y'all can have all the shrimp you want to eat. I love shrimp. Has Michelle, Josh's mom, been to court? No, Michelle has not been there. Lawyers out of state, $2,000 an hour or more for court time. Ooh. Athena, you're an attorney. Wait, did you say you're an attorney or a judge? I can't remember. How much do you think Josh is paid just to his attorneys right now? Estimate. I know there's no way for you to really guess that because it depends on how many filings have been filed, how many hours they've met with him and spoke with him. So it's really hard to tell, I'm sure. Heard anything about her being there. I had shrimp every day for 2 weeks. Good enough? I could probably do that. JB is footing the bill. Good night, Leanne. We used to go crawdad catching all the time. I did when I was little. We had a creek down the road from our house, and we would go down there with like ham and stuff tied to a string, and we would literally. Now down here, my mom sometimes takes my daughter crabbing. Usually it's like $800 an hour since it's a team. Joy was there today, and Justin. Yes, I've never eaten scallops. They don't look too tasteful to me. Okay, so who all thinks he's going to be found guilty? If you think they're going to find him guilty, put a 1 in the chat. My man got a deer and an elk this year. Woohoo! My niece killed an 11-point deer. Her and my daughter went deer hunting, and they were together. And she got an 11-point. 1. We would crawfish in the Red River. Is there anybody that thinks, if you think he's going to be found innocent, do me a 2. I think they spent excess of $500,000, maybe 2. Wow, really? Creek. How do you really pronounce creek? Creek. That's how we pronounce it.
Creek.
Is it Jill that's testifying? And if so, has she yet? Yes, Jill will be testifying, but she hasn't yet. I think that's coming tomorrow. I think she's going to be testifying tomorrow. A shrimp platter at Wally World here, $9.52 for 38 count. That's about how much is in ours, right? Probably about 38. It's a good bit.
Well, we could buy like Gulf shrimp, probably way cheaper than most people because
Good night, Amber.
a lot of it comes from here.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be shipped.
Shipped. We can literally, there's literally trucks that sit up like across the road.
Oh yeah, we can get them real cheap there.
That sell them by like the bagfuls or whatever.
Huge bags of shrimp, crawfish.
Julie's undecided. I think they spent in excess of $1.5 million, maybe $2 million. That is crazy to think about. But I'm sick to my stomach. He will walk. Same. I can't even. Let me tell you guys. I remember being like devastated when Casey Anthony got off. And I was just like, it literally ruined any hope I had in the justice system. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So knowing that it's just always that possibility because they just got to convince like one person.
Yeah, but our justice system was supposed to be designed. This is the way it was supposed to be designed.
Teach me, baby. Educate me.
To where the people who designed it, they designed it and say that they would rather, guilty people get found innocent than an innocent person be found guilty, right? Mm-hmm. But it still happens. Nothing's perfect, but that's the way it was supposed to be designed, right? Now I think there's a lot of abuse going on in it, and it's corrupt, a lot of it. So, but I always try to tell myself that when I think about like stuff like Casey Anthony. It's discouraging, but I would rather a guilty person slip through the cracks here and there than Josh. I think he's going to be found guilty. I mean, I don't think one thing people generally don't play with is like
CP
children.
Yeah, now Casey Anthony wants to have another baby. Same way about the O.J. Simpson case, right? Small baggie of crawfish there is $25. Wow. He will probably get the death penalty by a group of his peers.
Yeah, if he goes to prison, he's going to be, you better believe, he's going to have a target on his head. For one, he's like a famous person, right?
Yeah, so that's already going to be against him, is that he's a famous person. And then it's that
his charges, they're going to be gunning for him.
The system is somewhat broken. Guilty people go free all the time. Yeah. I have a ring of shrimp thrown out right now. Justin is so mature. How old is he? How old is Justin? Because I think he is probably the nicest looking Duggar out of all of them. He's kind of handsome. But seeing him smile outside the courtroom and be like, and I'm just like, really? You're going to listen to testimony that your brother is watching children, and you got a smile on your face walking out of that courtroom? Why? I don't get it.
Sick.
I live in a country town, Bell County, Kentucky, and there's a creek behind my house. I see crawdads all the time. They gross me out. I love crawdads. We don't call them crawdads. We call them crawfish. Elle Bee, do you think because Josh was on reality TV will affect the outcome of, because he's famous, like the outcome of the trial? It's really weird because I don't see how it's possible. Like, I don't see how it's possible. The judge told the jury, if you've seen the show a couple of times, that's fine. If you're an avid watcher and a fan of the show, then you don't need to be a juror. But if you've seen it a couple of times, that's whatever. If you know who he is, that's not a big deal. But I would think that would cause some sort of bias if you have watched the show. Also, like there's times where something's mentioned in court and they're like, oh, act like you didn't hear that. Off the record. You're not supposed to say that. Act like you did not hear that. It's like you can't unhear things, though.
Yeah, well, I just think that most people don't play with that, and they don't care. I would think that 99.9% of normal people, if they're part of a jury, and they are presented with evidence like that, they're going to want to put him away.
Yeah.
They're going to want to charge him. Even somebody who might have watched the show.
I think too, when it's a famous person, it can go one way. They can either try to make an example out of that person because they're famous, or the person could get off because they're famous. So it's really hard to tell.
I would try to make an example out of it, really. I mean, that's what I would think.
He won't walk after today. No way, a 3-month-old. Man. Loving this channel. Just discovered you a few days ago. Oh, thank you. Kirsten? Do you pronounce your name Kirsten? His kids need to talk to someone because I have a bad feeling. I hope they are. I hope they are. If we talking about Josh here, he should be guilty because what he said to the cops seemed like he knew what. Yeah, he definitely knew what they were there for. Sean, say creek.
Creek.
Say it in a sentence.
I'm going down to the creek.
Okay. Will the judge determine the amount of time to serve, or the jury does that if found guilty? So the jury will find him guilty or not guilty, and then I think the judge will impose sentencing. Right, babe? Isn't that how it works?
Oh, I don't know what you're saying.
Who decides how long he will go to jail for? Like who imposes? Like who decides?
They have So for each charge they have like a minimum and a
maximum.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the judge
I think
decides.
It's a judge. We have a judge in here.
So the jury finds them guilty, and then the judge decides what. And a lot of places actually use some kind of point system, right?
Mm-hmm.
So depending on prior convictions, the severity of the crime, stuff like that, they'll add up points, and I think the higher the points are, the more likely to get the max sentence for each crime. So it just depends on the area. I know that's the way a lot of places work, but I'm not sure how it works there. But I'm fairly certain that
that would make sense. So there's like a point system rather than the judge just saying, "Oh, you know what? I think you deserve."
Not every place uses the point system though. It's at the judge's discretion. A lot of times, but I think the point system was just a way of making things equal across the board, right?
Yeah.
Like, for a lot of people, that way nobody could say that there was like discrimination or anything like that. It's equal no matter what. It all depends on prior convictions, gang affiliation, the severity of the crimes. I think like somehow they have a way of scoring that.
Mm-hmm. His attorney's name, or one of them, is Justin Gilfand. I'll show you guys the deer that my niece and Paris killed. That's the deer. Look at my beautiful niece and my beautiful daughter. How beautiful are they? Kirsten. Okay.
No. Kirsten.
Kirsten.
Kirsten. Not Kirsten.
Kirsten, not Kirsten.
Yeah.
Josh's case will have extra points. He got 18 years. Athena, how much time do you think we'll get? Yeah. Athena, how much time do you think you will get? Talked about it a while ago. The federal court does. You got it right now. Kirsten. Okay. Do you think Josh will want to have this case retried if he's found guilty? Oh, absolutely. I think they'll definitely file an appeal. Because why wouldn't you? I mean, I guess because it costs money. I guess that's the one reason why you wouldn't, because it costs money, and the chances of winning, whatever those chances are, but I would. I would. We have not put our tree up yet.
Oh man, we need to do that.
Yeah, we do need to do that.
You know what I was thinking about?
What, babe?
I think we actually threw away our tree last year.
Did we?
I think we said we were going to buy a new one.
Oh, yeah, because I wanted to redo it. That's right. I wanted to redo it.
Yeah. I'm going to go look, though, because I don't want to have to buy another tree this year.
I've always heard the feds give jersey numbers, meaning 10, 20, 25, 30. So I want to file a case against him. I think Josh will get 25 to 35 years because the added points to his history and past actions.
So Athena
All right.
put it out there that the feds win 97%
Yeah.
of their cases. Is this a federal case?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, he's done. He's
Yeah.
done, no doubt.
They investigated him for 2 years before they raided it was after the raid. 6 months after they found out, they search warrant raid, seized devices, and then it was like 2 years after that they made the arrest.
See, I don't think the feds work on a min and max either. I think when it's a federal trial, they get a certain sentence, and there's no parole, right? You don't parole from Fed, but you do have like a very small. It's like you can earn like a certain percentage of your time off after being there, like good time or something.
The feds don't do that.
No, it's not. It's not the same as good time, but they're like you can get out a little bit early, but it's nothing like it's nothing like you would see in a state case. But I don't think they have min and max either. I think feds sentence you to a certain amount per case.
And you have to serve it. No parole. You can't get out early. Yes. They found her bones when they arrested the guy that was behind the filming. Scully. Jeff Scully?
Peter Scully?
Peter Scully. Peter Scully.
Is it Peter or Jeff?
I think it's Peter Scully.
One of them's the guy from
He lived in like a third world country, and he kidnapped children.
It's Peter. And
he kept them held hostage, and he had a wife or a girlfriend. I don't remember if she was his wife or whatever, but when he was arrested and they went into his house, they found the bones of an 11-year-old girl, and she was one of the girls from some of the videos that he had put out. It was very terrible.
They're just about as evil as they come.
They did offer him a plea deal. I think it was 10 years. He could serve 10 years.
They offered him a plea deal of 10
years. Yep.
Oh my God.
And he turned it down.
He's an idiot for that.
That's the story of my life. Lived in the Philippines, yes. He did. He turned the plea deal down. Am I cutting in and out for anybody else? I think it was pretty silly that he didn't take the 10 years. Because, I mean, my goodness. Right, Boone County. Boone Country. The feds don't cut time. Well, like if you're sentenced to 40 years, from my understanding, you have to do the 40 years. You're not allowed like good time or anything like that. Yes, the Scully. Oh my gosh, the Scully stuff is terrible. I'm munching away on pretzels so you can eat too. I'm trying to be very quiet because there was someone in here earlier that was like, I want to stay, but I can't stand to hear you chomping down on food. So I'm trying to be very, very quiet.
they do get feds do get a certain percentage of their time knocked off.
Are you sure?
It's not anywhere near like state gets.
Because everything that I've seen says they don't.
Now, look, federal prisoners serve a term of imprisonment of more than 1 year, at least 12 months and 1 day, and less than life in prison are eligible to earn good time. Only federal prisoners are eligible for good time under 18 USC 3624B. But it's nothing like state good time. Like, state time, you can actually go to state prison for murder, you get a life sentence. Or like you get 30 years, you can be out in like 17 or something, It's the federal good time. I think they actually have to like go to school. There's like all kind of stuff they have to do. It's not just handed out. Like you automatically get it state as long as you don't get in trouble, right?
Mm-hmm.
As long as you don't get in any trouble, then you earn good time, right? This is what it's called. But in federal prison, you have to like go to college. You have to like volunteer for different things. There's all, from what I understand, and I'm just where I'm getting this information from is a YouTube prison channel I used to watch. So
23 and 1, 24.
Lockdown 23 and 1.
Lockdown 23 and 1. I like that guy.
Yeah. But it's nothing like state good time. That's why people think that,
Can Josh see his own children when he's in jail? I'm really not sure. I'm not sure.
I don't know how that works with your own kids once you're convicted. What should be once he's convicted, he shouldn't be around any kids. But I don't know how it works with your own kids. They might say, as long as there's
someone around like Anna.
Yeah, like Anna.
Because that's the way that it is right now. Like he's only allowed to see his children when Anna is present. He could be 73 when he gets out. He should have more than one grandchild, especially the way they spit them out. True that. What's Trey doing? Oh.
How much longer are you going to be?
Not much longer. He could see them if Anna chooses to take them. I went to prison, won the lottery. I got YouTuber 6K subs before. I used to have 7K. I could have had 1 meal. I could show you. Okay. You won the lottery? Jeez. That's awesome. I know people that brought their children to visit their fathers in jail, but they didn't have an SA offense. They did have life without parole for murder, though. At the rate they spit them out, he could have great grandkids at 73. I know that's right. Hey, as seen by a subscriber. Hey. It's 11:25 here, and I've been staying up really late. I'm so sorry it was so loud. Well, I was literally about to I had one in my hand. I had it like this. I grabbed it. I had it like this, and then I read. I think it was your comment that said, "You're trying to be so quiet, but it is so loud in my earbuds." And I went, "Oh." I was like, "Oh, never mind." I couldn't mute it at the time because Sean was talking. Because I thought, well, maybe I'll mute it really quick. But then I was like, Sean's talking. I can't cut him off. I don't want to pull a Katie Joy muting the hubby.
That's weird how it works with headphones, man. Like background noise will be so loud in headphones.
Yes. I'm already into tomorrow over here, just an hour ahead of you. Sex offenders are not allowed to see children in federal prison, even their own. Even their own. Bill Hope, normally when you have over like a certain amount on YouTube, your name is like grayed out or something, isn't it? Like when you're in the chat, or you have like a check beside your name or something?
What is it?
Oh, nothing. He will miss all the monumental moments, such as kids getting their driver's license, getting married. Right. He should have just got the 10 years because if he would have just done the 10 years, he would have been out by the time his oldest one was 22. She probably would be married at the time, maybe a kid or two, but he could still be there. But honestly, can men like Josh Duggar that have these twisted, sick fantasies and do things like this,
Be rehabilitated?
can they be rehabilitated?
No.
Can they? That's what I'm wondering. I don't think so.
No. I don't think so.
So,
I say no. I say, I mean, my opinion is no. And I think they should have the death. I think they should give them the death penalty.
you believe in the death penalty?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I definitely believe in the death penalty.
But babe, I feel like that's God. Like that's God's decision.
No. God has given, you know, in the Bible, God has given, you know, first off, the state laws are the state laws.
Well, yeah. He says
But
to
there-
abide by the laws of the land.
But yeah, and there's always been things that have been punishable by death since the beginning of time, basically. Since the beginning of civilization, there's been things that have been punishable by death. And I believe if you start giving the death penalty out to these people who
Hey, Lilyfield.
prey upon children and hurt some of the most innocent, like weakest in society, then it'll deter people from doing it. And I don't believe they can be rehabilitated. And I don't believe it's the society's responsibility to feed them and keep them, you know, in a prison for the rest of their life. Like, we need prison space for people who have charges like, you know, drug charges or, you know, other charges that don't.
Right, I'm with you. Letting them rot away in prison, I feel like, is the ultimate sentence. In a 8x8 cell where they are in that cell the entire time, that's going to be misery for them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't know that you believed in the death penalty. That's why I learn something new every day. But
yeah, these people are mentally. It's not just some people out there. See, here's my thing.
wow,
Yeah, I understand the whole rotting in prison would be a terrible sentence. Yeah, you're right. I could think of a lot of things that would be terrible sentences. They used to give them out in the dark ages. They used to convict people of crimes and sentence them to some of the most heinous, you know, things like torture that people could possibly conceive, right? Some of the sickest, most twisted things. I don't believe in that. You know, I don't believe in, you know, I think that prisons should be used for rehabilitation of criminals who are not preying upon children, the weakest in society, and who do not have such a strong predator personality, right? Now,
Mhm.
you know, it's not all for these people. It's not all, you know, sexual. They are, like, in their mind, they are predators. You know, like somebody just said that they have, in some places they chemically castrated them, and these people still have these thoughts because they're evil people. They are evil inside. They don't have any compassion for anybody or anything. They don't mind hurting people in ways it doesn't affect them at all. So they will hurt people in ways that, you know, are terrible, that those people will be affected for the rest of their life. I think when you have people like that, you know, the best thing to do, just like if you have a rabid dog, you know, a dog that has rabies or something, these people are sick. They have a sickness in them, you know, that I don't think you can cure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another thing is the chance, just the chance that the person is innocent, because there's been people killed that later on come to find out they were innocent the whole time.
This girl really doesn't like me, Christine Tishone.
Why?
Every time I say anything, she's like, Sean needs a hush. I don't want to agree with Sean. Like,
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
all right. Maybe it's you off the screen again.
no, I don't know what it is, but
Well, that's always
she's always-
irritable to me. Is like when I watch somebody and they have a partner off the screen talking, it irritates me. But then, like, it's happening on my stream, you know.
well, it don't matter.
well,
if I'm
Sean
upset
can-
or if I ain't.
Normally, I'm going off on the rants. You know, I'm like, blah, 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 blah.
Even when I'm sitting
So
over there quiet,
sometimes-
ask me something, you know.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times I ask you or people in the chat will ask your opinion. My problem is also innocent gets killed. Yeah, exactly. That's something that I mean, literally, when I got arrested, you guys, everything about my arrest would make you think that I was guilty of what I was charged with, right, Sean?
Mm-hmm.
If you were to hear what I was arrested for, you would think, well, obviously she's guilty, but I wasn't at all, you know? So it's hard to tell. Like you know what I'm saying? You just don't really know. But you don't need to shush, babe. I like hearing you talk about this. While you're doing that, I'm like putting comments up on the screen and I'm catching up on some of the comments.
No, I ain't worried about her. I'm just gonna this is like the third time in a row, so I mean,
maybe she don't like you.
I think that's what it is.
That's all right. I love you. They could threat Hike with the death sentence but not go through. They could threaten him with the death sentence but not go through. Can you though? Can you really if you? I guess maybe when they were investigating him, maybe they could have. Maybe they could have been like, "Listen, you're going to get the death penalty." Which are they in a state that even allows the death penalty? I found those behind bar shows very interesting. Same, I do too. Once convicted as an SO, he won't be able to see his kids, from my understanding. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people love to hear Sean's input. Like a lot of people have even told Sean he needs his own channel. I feel, and the thing is like we're all having a conversation. If you guys got something you want to say, you guys are going to type anything that you want to say out, even if that means typing 2 or 3 different messages. You guys are going to type it out. Well, he's here where he don't have to type; he can just talk. So he's going to be a part of the conversation as well. I feel like he may now take the 10 years after what came out today. Maybe that's why he stayed after court today. I don't think he can. That plea deal is off the table. He had up until like October something. November 21st. He only had a certain amount of time to take it, and he didn't take it. I don't know if you watch show where Mike said there's free stuff to do. Yeah. Same. I like the little banter you and Sean have. Thank you. Right. If someone did that to my kids, they would wish they were in prison. If you're saying they're mentally ill, then they would not be able to use the death penalty. And I think that's what they would kind of.
I don't know about them being mentally ill. I mean, I'm not saying they're mentally ill. I'm saying they're like broken, like they don't feel compassion for other people. They don't mind preying on people. I don't know if that's the same as like mentally ill.
Yes. So I got arrested back in 2019. For anyone that doesn't know, it was about 3 weeks after Abram had passed away. I was going to meet the lady that lives in our old home because my daughter ordered some stuff and it went to our old house. So the lady had reached out to me and we were going to meet for me to get it. Then I had to go to Walmart to get milk. And on my way, cops got behind me. And they claimed they were behind me for a while with their lights on. And it was several cops. It wasn't just one. There was literally like 4 cars behind me. I pulled over. I was never told why. Like, they never was like, hey, so we were trying to pull you over for XYZ, but you've been, I mean, one of them was even like, we've been following you for 5 miles. And I only lived 3 miles from where I was even pulled over. And half of that was like the back streets or whatever. Well, not half of it, but some of it was the back roads. So I pull over and I see all these cars, and I roll my window down, and they have their guns pointed at me, and they tell me to show my hands, and then I have to walk out. Like, they don't walk up to the car. I have to get out backward, like walk backwards to them with my hands up. And then the second I get to the first one, they yank my arms down and cuff me and put me down on the ground and start yelling at me. Why didn't you stop? That cross looks like a crown. Need my crown. So they yelled at me and then immediately was like, do you have drugs in the car? And I was like, no, I don't have drugs in the car. I was like, no, I don't have drugs in the car. And they went and searched my car, and they found an empty bag of where Kennedy we had put some chalk in a Ziploc bag. A sandwich bag, actually. It was a sandwich bag. We had kept it outside on our thing because we have a concrete slab that Kennedy would ride on. Anyways, it was empty. She had left it in my car, and it was in the middle console. And they found that, tried to say that it was cocaine. They did a roadside test on it. It was negative, but they said it was positive. Arrested me. I went to jail, strip search, stayed overnight. It was like 5 hours. I don't know why Christine would need to defend herself. To who? I don't know why she would need to feel like she needs to defend herself. I don't think anybody said anything to her. Like anything, I think Sean was just explaining why.
That's fine. I ain't a big deal.
And two, to be clear, like, something was said like a couple of times, from my understanding, right?
It's fine. I mean, it is what it is. It's
so Sean was just saying, like, I don't know if the person doesn't like me or what. And maybe that's not the case at all. So anyways, nobody needs to defend themselves. But anyways, so I went to jail. It was like 5 hours from the time I left the house to the time I was actually able to call Sean and let him know where I was. At that point, he had already went looking for me. He was worried because I had been gone for so long. And no, you didn't piss anyone off. No, we never went to trial because it was dismissed. Because I called up there, got an attorney, and I was like, hey, listen, you guys really have to watch the dash cam. They did not follow me for 5 miles. I did not have drugs in my car. They were going to send off the bag to the lab, and they did, and it come back that it wasn't cocaine. I had a prescription bottle of medication in my purse. They tried to say that the medication was something that it wasn't. And they were very insistent, like, this is what it is. It can, like, mess you up. And I'm like, no, it can't. So I don't know. It was really weird. I called the district attorney before I met with the lawyer, and I was like, please have the DA watch the dash cam. They did not follow me for 5 miles. There was no drugs in my car. I don't know why I was pulled over. Well, I know what they told. Well, they never told me why they initiated the stop. When I got to jail and I was signing my paperwork, it said improper lane usage. So I'm assuming that was the reason for the stop. But I was pulled over by like 4 cars. I think one of the cars had 2 officers in it. They had their guns drawn on me, tasers drawn on me, put me on the ground. And like I said, one of the first things they said, outside of yelling at me, why didn't you stop, was, do you have drugs in this car? So it was almost as if they thought that I did, or if they had some sort of, I don't know, it was really weird. That lingered. My channel suffered because other YouTubers announced the arrest before it was even out to the public, really. Without a crystal ball. Without a crystal ball, put me on blast. I was arrested on a Friday. Was it a Friday or a Saturday, babe?
I think it was a Saturday.
I think it was a Saturday. I was
Yeah,
arrested. Yeah, I got out that Sunday, and that Monday morning, somehow, without a crystal ball, knew. And I was terrified. I was bawling my eyes out. She went on Facebook. She went on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. She went to Unirock, told Unirock, and they were both doing videos about how I was a drug addict. And that's why I would do late night live streams. I mean, no, that's really what happened. So it really affected my channel. That's how my arrest, I'm not talking about her to like blast her or whatever. I did not want my arrest to get out publicly, especially in regards to YouTube, because I knew the way that it would look. I mean, how can you tell your people on YouTube? I couldn't tell them anything because it was in the middle. It was, an ongoing situation. So I couldn't talk about it right then. And all these videos were being made. Katie was talking about it nonstop, doing these IG lives, saying that obviously I was addicted to drugs, and that's why I was doing late night live streams, and that's why my behavior was erratic. And Unirock was doing live streams about it, and yeah, I lost a lot of subscribers. I really did. My channel went down. It was bad. But you forgive her after that. It was before that. I had forgiven her before that for dragging me on YouTube and calling me a disgusting human being with predatory behaviors and lying and saying that I mocked a man with a mental illness. I had forgiven her after that. Then other things happened that I had forgiven her for. And yes, I did forgive her for blasting my arrest. And that's not the reason I talk about it, though. The reason that I even brought it up is because you would assume that I was guilty, right? When you hear about what I was arrested for, and you hear, okay, this person was pulled over for improper. Oh, also they said flight from an officer. So my charges were improper lane usage, flight from an officer, and Schedule 2. I thought it was a Monday. Sorry. Yes. Abram's anniversary is tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten on here too irrational, just aggravated at times. But anyway, so right, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. But like I said last night when we were talking about Josh Duggar, that a lot of times it's not that way. So last night when I was talking about it, I was like, I think he's guilty. And then someone said, it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. And I said, you're right. And honestly, I remember when it happened to me and I was arrested, and so many people just threw that guilt on me. It was, she's guilty, she's guilty, she's guilty. I mean, really, when you hear I was arrested with, and I was charged with flight from an officer and Schedule 2, well, you're thinking, well, clearly she was running from I even saw comments, why would she run from the cops if she didn't have drugs? Well, I wasn't running. I never ran from them. So the DA dropped the charges, and, we're dealing with that. So, but yeah, it really affected my mental health. It affected my channel, and it just sucked to have it put out there before I was ready to talk about it. Because I really couldn't say anything because I was going to be fighting it, so I couldn't say nothing. Yeah, we have 3 bedrooms right now. Yeah, it was Scheduled 2. Thankfully, though, the rooms in our house are really big rooms. Right, apples to oranges. My situation is nothing like Josh's in most regards. Yeah, I mean, I know political was like, I know you like her channel and that's fine. I was not like going into that conversation to like drag her or attack her. But after my arrest, it literally like got blasted. And then not only, and I was, what I explained the situation where Ahmad was in the wrong with screenshots and I'll hold up. I don't think you can post screenshots in the chat. And see, a Haggy, I don't know who you are. I've never seen you before, but a while ago when Christine was like, Sean, can you wrap it up? Or Sean, can you shush? Twice you posted, oh my God, I know, right? Or something to that effect. I don't know who you are, and I don't want to be rude, especially if you are really like someone in the chat. And like I said, I've never seen you here before. But if Christine, saying what she said, that we kind of discussed that, but twice you said like, oh my God, I know, or something like that. So I just kind of got the feeling that it was like someone just wanting to like jump on the bandwagon of like, my husband is annoying or something. And I'm just going to be frank with you guys. I'm probably one of the nicest people ever. Because even when someone was telling my husband to shush a while ago, I tried to be polite to that person. But when I get the feeling that people are intentionally like being rude to my husband, I don't really like that. Um, I don't really like it. Yeah. What kind of crap mods do you have? My mods are the best mods ever. The mods that I've had them for a very long time. Some of them since the beginning of my channel, pretty much. And I trust whatever decision they make. If they put you in timeout, I'm sure after the live stream, they'll tell me what happened. They usually take screenshots as well. My mods are really good about if they have to do something like that, they'll try to take screenshots to let me know, like, hey, this is what we had to do. Do you agree it was a setup or maybe just a Okay. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I do know that after the arrest happened, I made a post and I just said something wasn't right. It made no sense. And one of my friends said, it's that girl from YouTube. She set you up. I did not say that. And I never said that to my friend. But my friend did know that I was literally in the middle of the biggest drama ever with another YouTuber. So my friend was just kind of being silly and was like, oh, is that other YouTuber? I just said it did not seem right. It did not make sense. And I said, when you guys, I just said, when you guys find out the full story, you guys will understand what I'm talking about. Well, then Katie, was like, she's blaming me. She's blaming me. Even like recently, Katie was like, if Leslie gets a divorce, she's going to blame me for a divorce. Like, I don't know, whatever. Like, I never said it was her, but I will say that the lawyers themselves have questioned if maybe someone called into the police station with, like with some sort of false tip. And that's not saying that it was Katie. It was just,
Or they could have been looking for somebody who had a vehicle like yours.
Or they could have been looking for someone that had a vehicle like mine because I drive like a blacked out windows, black SUV, Yeah. Most of my people love Sean. I mean, yeah, it was.
I try not to, like, when you're doing a video like earlier with the Duggars, like I was keeping the kids quiet, trying to keep the kids from moving around, trying to get the dog out. Like I'm trying to, when you're doing like actual content, like I try to keep my mouth shut, you know what I'm saying? But
thank you, Emma.
if we're all just hanging out talking, then
thank you, Abby.
Sometimes I have something I want to say, I guess.
Yeah, I like Sean's input as well. I like when he's in here talking. Now, one thing that I have discussed with him before is like, hey, if you're going to talk, can you come sit beside me? Because the off-screen talking, I don't like it when I watch other creators. So I don't feel like, but tonight he decided not to do that. So, thank you.
You asked me something first. I was sitting over here quietly on the couch.
I did ask you something. You are correct. Sean was discussing his thoughts. It is Elle. I actually need when I know that Sean's going to be on with me, I put the name Elle Bee and Sean. That way, if people watch it later, they'll know, like, okay, well, her husband's name is on there too. So clearly he's a part of the conversation. One more thing, your car become a public knowledge by her only a few days prior. Yeah, that was something else, is that my financials, she paid for my finances on December 14th, and then I was pulled over on December 27th. So she did have all the info in regards to my vehicle, year, make, model, color, all of that. So people in the world of YouTube was saying that, not me. Like, I just said it didn't make sense. And when I could tell you guys the full story, you guys would get what I was saying. And then my good friend was like, it was that YouTube girl. She didn't even know the girl's name. She just knew, okay, you're having problems with the YouTuber. The YouTuber has asked people to mass flag your channel. The YouTuber has attacked you verbally. The YouTuber has lied on you, saying that you attacked a man with a mental illness. The YouTuber lied on you and said that you attacked her child for being autistic when you have an autistic son yourself. So, like, my best friend just knew all these things that had happened between me and this YouTuber. So when I got arrested, and it didn't make sense, my friend was like, and too, I have no enemies. Like, I don't have, well, before YouTube, I didn't have any enemies. Now I have plenty. But, before that, I didn't have any enemies, especially not like in real life that I know. So she was like, it was a YouTuber, and that caused me so much trouble. I told my friend, I was like, why did you say that? And she was like, what? And I was like, now the YouTuber is constantly talking about how I blame her for everything. She was like, my bad. But it is what it is. I like that if someone falsely reports someone like that, they should. I agree. What about when she lied when you raised money for the football team that was stolen? Yeah, that was another thing too.
I throw me my headset over there, please.
Yes. The rules of YouTube are getting more strict. They are. Thank you. Cross are beautiful. So excited to see. Thank you. This is one setup we have. We have another setup where the background is like my colorful background, and I film pre-recorded videos. So yeah, right now we have a 3-bedroom house, but we really want to get something bigger. Right, Sarah? Right, Sarah? I agree. And the kids are happy. The kids, I mean, our room is really big. So we actually have, we have our bed, and then we have a princess bed in there. It's what size is that bed?
Twin.
It's a twin side princess style bed. Yes, we have bunk beds. Good night, Cece. I'm about to get off too. How come when I tag people, it doesn't turn orange like the other people? I don't know, but sometimes it doesn't for me either. Watch. It's not doing it for me right now, being baby Brooklyn. Oh my God. I saw your post with your daughter at Shirley Temple. That was literally the cutest thing. The cutest thing. Yeah, it didn't let me. That's weird. Thank you, Berkeley. I love that name, Berkeley. But my pillow is calling my name, Berkeley. I'm about to get off too. I've been live for it. What is Santa bringing the baskets? Okay, well, Kennedy has been wanting this. Hey, Dustin. Kennedy has been wanting this Barbie dream camper. Was it a Minnie Mouse outfit? It looked just like the Shirley Temple dress. It was so cute. Yes, I am on Twitter. I don't know, Lori. I'm such an open book, though, really, so I don't mind. But Kennedy, she wants this freaking Barbie dream. And I've been knowing that she's wanted it for like 2 months because when I was in Walmart with her like 2 months ago, we saw it and she was like, Mama, I want that. And I was like, okay, how much is it? And it's really one of those electronic cars. But I was like, yeah, Christmas is coming up or whatever. But then I seen the price and it's $500. I was like, whoa, that's a Santa Claus gift. And I don't even know if Santa Claus could afford that. But me and Sean, we have vouched to get it. Whatever we got to do, we're going to get it. So that's why I think I said earlier, anyone that wants to donate to the channel, it goes into the Christmas fund for Kennedy's Barbie Dream Camper. Can I ask people's opinion about Kate? Is she really? I didn't know she was doing that. That's a little wild. I don't like when people call kids crotch goblins. I really don't. I really don't. To me, my kids are so like special and innocent and awesome. To call them crotch goblins is just demeaning to them. You know? So, yeah, that's a little wild. I had no idea. Happy holidays. Thank you, Dustin. That $4.99 is going right into Kennedy's Barbie Dream Camper. So thank you. About you buying her something expensive and thought it was so weird and not anyone's business. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I spoke about it the other day because people were asking, like, so what are you going to get the kids for Christmas? And we talked about that was one of the things that she wanted. And honestly, if it's the only thing that we get her, I mean, well, it wouldn't be like we may get like, like a couple little baby dolls. That way she has like more presents to open. But we're definitely going to get her that. Boone Country, yeah. You have to spell it exactly like their names. I don't know why the coral shirts have not come back in stock. And I've emailed them twice now, I think. And I don't think I've gotten anything back. Yeah, my kids are spoiled, so mind your business. I know, right? Another YouTuber calls kids crotch goblins. What did you get Paris? I have a teen cousin who's my secret Santa, and I'm so stuck. So Paris really loves gift cards to like get her nails done. That's one of her favorites. Gift cards to get her nails done, or gift cards to like the boutique stores that we have around here that have really cool, really nice clothing for kids her age. Also, she wants her windows tinted on her car. I actually have her list right here. Now, Caden, he wants an Apple Watch. He's 14. So, maybe that's something. Let me see. Let me see if I can find Paris's list and I'll read it to you. Just because there are some things, like there's this perfume that she wants that's a really nice perfume. It's a Saint Laurent perfume. It's $30 a bottle. But that's one thing that she wants. Dang, the rest of her list is gone. Where'd it go? Oh, and she wanted these shoes. I don't know if you guys can see them. Those white boots. She just bought the black pair for herself and she wants the white pair. So that's one thing that she wants. I don't know where her list went, but the perfume, she wants that. So gift cards are really good. Yeah. I do have Cash App. Here's my Cash App there. And it's $ELLB7. It's not Elle Bee. Like a lot of times people will be like, I can't find it because they put in ELLEBEE. But that one wasn't available. So I had to go with ELLBEE7 for anybody that wants to donate. I did do Black Friday, but I went to the store and it was so terrible. They did not have that big Barbie Dream Camper on sale at all. Oh, your son is obsessed with Star Wars Lego, so that's easy. That is easy. My granddaughter showed me an Apple Watch last week. She told me she didn't know what she wants. I'm just going with money. Yeah, my kids are like that too. They're like, Mom, just give us money. Just give us money or whatever. And I don't mind that. I don't mind. Obviously, I want to get them some gifts. Like I think last year I got Paris a Michael Kors purse. It wasn't one of the big ones. It was one of the smaller ones. And perfume. I don't remember what all I got her last year. Clothes. I got her some clothes, a Michael Kors purse, perfume, and I stuffed $200 worth $200 in cash in her purse in like fives or something. That way her purse was just like full of money. She sure does. What do you think? You have seen it? Nope. Only Circus and Monkey. I think you should do your own show too. My own show? It's better to send PayPal than these stickers. I heard that is true, Helen. So the thing is, just jumped on. Would he remain free pending appeal if convicted? No, he would go to prison. You go to prison and then you file your appeal, and you have to stay in prison while your appeal is being worked out. It takes forever to go through. I sent you money a couple of days ago, and it's still. I know, Sherry. I don't know why it always does that. What, like when you send PayPal's, it always like floats for like 25 days or like 10 days. It's very. I don't know why. I'm not sure. But it eventually does. So thank you so much for that. Cash App is like Venmo, like PayPal. So with YouTube, when you send money through Super Chat. Say you send $10 in Super Chat, YouTube is going to take probably $4 of that, $3.50. They take almost half. I do need Venmo. But if you send like through PayPal, Cash App, then the whole thing comes to me. So when you donate through like Super Chat, Super Stickers, just YouTube gets some of it. I am on Facebook and Instagram. I'll show you guys my Instagram. My Facebook, though, I have not. I have an Instagram for my channel. I mean, a Facebook for my channel. I have a Facebook for my channel, but I don't really do that much on it. How do you report this video of KJ fake crying and reading the actual court documents? On her channel, she's doing that? Oh, goodness. I have a TikTok, too. Yeah, that's just, I hate that. So this is it's Elle Bee _official. And, there it is. Okay. Well, here's Instagram. I have Instagram. And let me find the Facebook. Hold on. And I'll try to just remember to check it. Rent, sometimes 2 cents the rent you were paying. New Brunswick, Canada has. When should kids stop believing in Santa? Good night, Brandy. Definitely going to keep your family in our prayers. Yeah, I want them to believe as long as possible. As long as possible. The only thing is, like at school, on the bus is like the worst thing. Oh, my baby. I just got on Facebook and there's a bunch of pictures of Abram. Sweet boy. Tomorrow is his 2 year. Tomorrow will be 2 years that he's passed away. Isn't he so cute? It's so wild that it's been 2 years. It's so wild. Ugh. And even though he was, blind and deaf, it didn't seem like it because he had such a little personality. Like he would laugh and, anyways, his laugh was so like it was wild. His laugh was wild. And he had like a grunty laugh. Hold on, y'all got to see this because he wasn't smiling this big. The ones you guys seen. He literally, he had the funniest little laugh, and he had the funniest sneeze too. His sneeze, like when he would sneeze, he would go, "Too." Literally, I'm not lying to you guys. He would go, "Too." Oh man, that is my sister's baby. That's my sister's baby, Flossie. She used to come on my channel a good bit with me. Tomorrow will be the second anniversary of his passing. So you guys definitely keep Flossie in your prayers tomorrow, man. I can't even. Actually, today. Today is the second anniversary of him passing away. So you guys definitely keep them in your prayers. He was so big. It's so crazy because he was born so tiny, so tiny. When he was born, he was like the size of my hand. Babe, Sean.
Yeah.
Coco's crying, I think, babe. So when he was born, he was like literally the size of our hand. And he grew to be so big. This is him. This was him at a couple months, I believe. Oh my goodness. He stayed in the hospital for several months. And then he was such a cool little guy, you guys. Here you can see his eyes. Him and Flossie, my sister. That's my sister, for anybody that doesn't know. He had a pair of blue eyes and a pair of green eyes because he had prosthetic eyes. Thank you, being Baby Brooklyn. Thank you. Was he bigger than Brooklyn? Or he was smaller than Brooklyn? He was tiny. I think he was born at 23 weeks. And he weighed like 1.5 pounds or something. It's crazy that I don't remember anymore because I remembered that for so long. He had hydrocephalus. Yes, he had long lashes. Such pretty eyes. And they were fake, but, you know. Sweet boy. You know, Flossie was on my channel with me a good bit, and someone sent her a Build-A-Bear with his laugh in it. She has it to this day. It's in her room, and almost every time I go, I get it out and I squeeze it, and you can hear Abram's little chuckle. That was very sweet for the person that done that, to get her that. Yeah, living his best life with Jesus, absolutely. Yeah, he had a shunt, and I remember being there one day before he got his shunt. I was there one day when they took the liquid off his brain, and I was sitting in there, and they came in there with one of those big syringes, and they just literally, it was so wild, and his brain, his head was swollen and hard, and they pulled I think 2 of those syringes full of liquid off his brain. And after that, his little top of his head was just kind of jelly. After that, it was really wild. That was before he got his shunt. Yeah. Well, thank you. Now, he can see in heaven. He can run and he can play, and sweet boy. I miss him, that's for sure. He was 2.5 when he passed. He was 2.5. I asked her not too long ago, actually. I was like, so Flossie, when are you going to come back? And she was like, I don't know. I think that she would, after time. When he passed, his passing was so, this whole spectacle was made out of it, and videos was made about things concerning his passing, and it was just, it was really difficult on Flossie. No, Flossie has another biological child plus a bonus child. So she has a stepson, and then she has another son who is 16. Yeah, 16. That also was a preemie. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It was the day of his funeral. Terrible things come out. And it was actually it wasn't even the day of his funeral. It was the next day when she was planning his funeral. Videos come out that she had to hear about. Oh, wow, Becca. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I had fun with y'all. Oh, I was going to show y'all. That's why I got on Facebook. I was going to show y'all my Facebook account. It's for my channel, which I don't get on there that much just because I have all these other things that's like I'm always behind on, you know. Let's see, but this is it. But it's called Elle Bee at Elle Bee TV. Thank you, Boom Country. Yeah, it was terrible. All the stuff that happened, the power, all the stuff that happened, it was really terrible. So that's why Flossie got off of it and just never came back to it. The Power Dream House camper is sold out everywhere. I did see some on eBay, but the cheapest is $7. See, we have some at our Walmart, but they're $500. And I'm like, we're gonna have to wait. Like, we're gonna have to wait and wait. You know, we gotta. My aunt lost her baby back in the 60s to see it. It's 8 months old. She passed away herself in August at 80, and she never got over her baby's passing. Oh man. Good night, Kirsten. Kirsten. My husband had a shunt put at birth. He also had hydrocephalus. They didn't expect him to live, but he'll be 37 in a couple weeks. Oh, that's awesome. I've always wanted to hear his story without outside influences. Can't help but think he was assaulted when he was a child, but maybe a child. Maybe so. Are you leaving this up there before I can find it? Yes, I'm going to leave it up. Okay, Shayna, I'll check it. But I've been on for over 2 hours. I could do these all night long if I didn't need sleep, you guys, but I need to go to bed. Y'all need to go to bed. The Facebook is called Elle Bee TV. L. But anyways, I will have more content out. I actually have videos that have been uploading for hours today because one of them is like a 30-minute video. So there's a video about Amber Portwood and the reunion that has been uploading since about 4 o'clock today. It's still not uploaded. And then there is a video about Kale Lowry and how she seems to be bitter after Chris Lopez announces that his girlfriend gave birth to his third child. Also, Chris Lopez reveals to us that he is not allowed to film his boys on Teen Mom, that someone has told him that he's not allowed to. That someone, I'm assuming, being Kale. So Chris Lopez has signed a contract with Teen Mom. He's doing a little filming, but someone told him that he is not allowed to film his boys on the show. So I have a video about that going up and Amber Portwood storming out at the reunion. Both of those have been uploading for hours. So hopefully some point in the middle of the night, they will upload. And I'll have more content coming out tomorrow. So I will see you guys later. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure your notification bell is on so you will be notified of each time I upload a new video. And yes, Janie, I was wondering if we could still do layaway for like over the next few weeks, but I don't really know if we can. I probably need to check on that. So thank you for reminding me. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. True, Angel. When does she not storm out? That is so